they study arts and so on. But if you look at the Western world, what is happening today, you find that most of the technical courses, you have a lot of women, maybe 50% parity. I went for a graduation in Australia recently, and I was so impressed that nearly 70 or 80% of some of the departments were just women. And these are technical, urban planning, architecture, environment. I was impressed by the number of women who are graduating.
Gentlemen, we have about 5 minutes on the clock, and I know you have your pick from...
And it's getting cold, Ken,
pick from this. But one thing that stunned me, I know, unless you want to add something on women, we love them. They are our mothers, our sisters, our girlfriends and wives.
I'm a honorary woman.
Yeah.
And I'll always tell you, women are powerful people in society. And therefore, it's an environment that we have created for ourselves as a country. We have to be proud because they're not coming from nowhere. Yeah. We have to be proud. We now have a Chief Justice, first Chief Justice in East Africa, who is female. Yeah. That's progress. So we want to see more women ascending to power, and of course an encouragement.
When you are the judiciary, did you ever see that there would be a time that there would be a female Chief Justice?
I never saw that.
I wanted to be a CJ.
In 2013 was very interesting. This is the guy with Gladys Beausoleil. They swore in this team.
Now the team is going.
The team is going. Yeah.
But we never saw that coming. But then we thank God that we now have a Chief Justice who is female. We must be proud as a country, right? So we want to see more and more women coming up, and also the political environment. One of the things that dissembles women or ensures that women do not participate in politics is the rough nature of our political campaigns. Yeah. So it's really discouraging for women, and the financial prohibitive measures that are in place for women. But I think again for women,
I would have really wished to discuss this getaway of manufacturing hub for East and Central Africa. I really wish, but it's going to take time. So because we have 4 minutes, I'll give you...
We have talked about manufacturing, but we haven't talked about the youth.
Oh,
just a simple message about the youth. We've talked about the youth, and I think every party today that is campaigning in this country is talking about youth empowerment, giving jobs to the youth. But the most important thing is that we must give quality jobs to the youth. The youth should not just be promised jobs, that they can be given any job that, that comes around, you are paid 200 shillings, 300 shillings. They must be given quality. They must be given opportunity, and they must be told they are not going to be given those jobs. That they wait there and somebody comes and gives them those jobs. Let them given economic opportunities to make quality jobs, to do quality business, so that they don't always live on handout. And because, sorry to say, a lot of our youth are, just live on handout. And that is why every campaign, the politicians are going out there giving them handouts. Let youth get quality jobs, earn a decent income, and they start on their own to become productive citizens of this.
And that's through provision for them, facilities that are friendly for them to be able to make their demands. For example, why do we have to import nails in this country? We can do them here, fencing nails. Why do we have to import locks, door locks? We can do it here. So long as you provide an environment for the youth to be able to flourish, get loans, facilities, but also buy their products that they're doing.
And Ken, we must stop, we must address our financial sector. Because when you have over 8 million people, and a lot of them are youth, borrowing on digital platforms which are costing them 30, 60, 90%, even 100% of, they cannot do business with this kind of money. First of all, those are very small loans, and then they are paying very high interest. We must address the problem of this country in the financial sector. We cannot have banks making an average profit of 63% in a year when Kenyans are down on their knees. This is totally not acceptable.
Has to. That's a debate for another gentleman. I need to let you go.
We need to call us on studio. We discuss the financial.
I will call you to studio and we'll discuss this.
In a warm environment.
In a warm environment with the tea. So as we end, just 10 seconds. Your take on the total manifesto, a good thing for this country, if you look at it in totality, the ability to implement the proposals in there, the promises in there, if they were implemented, you think they can work for this country?
It is an aspiration. It's a good thing to read the manifesto. It's a good thing to see the pointers are in the manifesto. It's encouraging. And therefore we want to ensure that it shouldn't stop there. It should be taken a step further for proper realization. Because it's not just about unleashing the manifesto, having this beautiful occasion. Then once the election is over, we forget about
Chini ya
it.
kitanda.
Chini ya kitanda. Kenyans forget about it. Kenyans also get tired, right? I have to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. to go and vote. And I'm going to vote because I am inspired by a certain politician.
Okay.
Same here, I would say, let this just be the beginning. It's like going to high school or going to your first year in university. This is a manifesto. Let this document be translated into an economic and social development strategy. That is the most important thing. And this country has one of the greatest capacities in Africa to implement. Let us use that opportunity to make sure that this document is translated into action. It's not for lack of capacity in this country, but let people not just take it as business as usual. A new government has come to power, so if I'm the director of manufacturing, I don't care about whether things go wrong or right, but I'm just sitting there in office.
Okay.
So we must. What do the government actionize this document?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Kakai Kisinja Peter retired. Thank you so much for coming. And on Kivumbi 2022, cold night here at Nyayo National Stadium. We've been here since about 3 p.m. But that's not where it ends, because this document is a big document that has to be analyzed from the first page to the page 83. And obviously, we'll be breaking up for you. Grab a copy of the standard. You'll get some ideas in there that have been contained in this manifesto. And more importantly, the coming days, they say these campaigns will be solely based on ideas. Let's see what they have to sell outside there, and at the end of the day, the choice is yours. And more importantly, as we go to the election, I always say this when we end Kivumi, we need to keep these conversations going, because the more we talk, the more we get ideas.
That's great.
The day we stop talking is the day we stop fighting. On behalf of the whole team right here at the very cold Nyayo Stadium, have a good night. My name is Ken Mijungu, and back to studio, Brenda.
Thank you so much, Ken Mijungu, for that good work, for having the panelists, the two gentlemen right there with you, who's broken it down for Kenyans to understand what the Azimio Manifesto means. But then, on the other note, on the other side of the coin, still on politics, it is that presidential aspirant Reuben Kigame, who was last week disqualified from the presidential race by the IEBC, has now moved to court. Kigame, who is living with visual